Hey, what's going on there, YouTube?
Hey, what's up, YouTube?
This is SCL0320.
It's Joe Johnson.
Dude, this guy's back, y'all. I can't believe it.
I'm back.
Sorry. We're actually doing an early review for the brand new animated feature that's the follow-up sequel to Son of the Batman, Batman vs. Robin. So this is being directed by Oliva again. Same cast from Justice League War, partial bit of Flashpoint, and then the last one that kind of came out, what was that, The Throne of Atlantis, I believe. But yeah, it's all the same voice actors, but this one features Nightwing, Alfred, Batman, and Damian as the new Robin. And y'all, it goes so hard. Like, I think that the one that I can compare this one to is Under the Real Hood. As far as intensity, as far as violence, as far as, I guess, a good story arc, because the last one, like, we were seeing Damian, like, kind of coming into his own as an assassin, trying to, like, fit into the mold of Bruce Wayne's legacy or Batman's legacy. And I mean, he showed respect to him, but he ended up, like, trying to defend his family, like, on both sides, I guess, with Ra's al Ghul and his mom, Talia, and then trying to help Batman try to stop Deathstroke. And I thought it was really great into it, but I was like, are they going to continue it in like how they did in the 52 comics? What was your thoughts, I guess, of this new one, like, going into it? I know you didn't know, because I kind of sprung it up on you. I was like, I got a new Batman versus Robin.
I got the new Batman. I was like, bro, what you talking about, man? What you talking about, bro? He was like, yeah, I'm going to watch it. Just driving back, he was like, yeah, I'm going to watch it. I'm like, oh. I'm like, what? I was like, all right, let me check this out. Initially, actually, we seen the previews checking out, and I didn't know, based on the previews and what I've seen, that this was gonna be this good.
Yeah.
I really went into it like underrating it. Like I was like, okay, like, I was a Court of Owls. Like I don't know who these guys are. You know what I'm saying? It's just, yeah, these dudes go hard, bro. They go hard. Like,
yeah.
The Court was no joke.
Yeah.
To say the least.
I mean, I had the 52 knowledge, like I have the comics, the new comics that show and feature like people like the Dollmaker and like the Talon and like the Court of Owls, and so I knew that that story was pretty awesome, especially Bruce Wayne's hand in it. I just didn't expect for them to go and do it. Like so many different things that kind of happened in this one, like his investigation in the Court of Owls, his family backstory, who the Talon is, and then like what is really at stake for the city of Gotham. Like there's so many different things you don't know going into this that get revealed, and it's really awesome. But one of the things that I would say from like the Bruce Timm days and looking at some of the animes that I watched that have been so awesome, like Sword Art Online for instance, the animation of the choreography of how the fight sequences are done and the action sequences, they don't hold back at all. Like, I would compare them honestly like fights like Sword Art Online, because like there's a lot of people who get killed. Like it's not just a few. Like Batman put some blows and hurt on some people. And on top of that, like of course Damian, like this is one of the most deadliest ones they've actually really featured. But every fight that I guess you kind of wanted to happen in Son of Batman, like I remember when we were looking at Son of Batman, we saw like Nightwing tie up Damian. Yeah. And like, but then Nightwing's all scratched up and stuff like that, so you know they had a good scuffle. There is a fight between like Damian and Dick Grayson, but more than anything, there is a fight between Bruce and Damian, and it goes hard. Yeah. Like it's just on a cinematic level, it revolves around the family and what's really at stake, and how there's like a pulling away from destiny versus what legacy is left for Damian. But what did you think about, I guess, the animation or like the action in it, I guess, from that point?
The action was really good, man. There was a couple points in it where I was kind of thinking like, why would Bruce and Damian be fighting? Like, and I was like, man, it's gonna be kind of cheesy coming into like just about what I've seen in previews. But actually in the movie they played out really well. Yeah. It's like there's definitely like a lot of emotions tied behind Damian and Bruce at the same time, and it's really good. As far as the animation goes, the animation and like the fight sequences are really good. One thing I do like about not only DC but Batman specifically, all the fight scenes I've seen thus far, like the blows. Whenever they have a striking blow, like you can almost feel it. Like it's very impactful. Not only just the sound effects, but just the way they do it, and like the character's reaction to like one powerful blow. And there's a lot in this movie. Yeah, there's a lot of those, you know, and it's good. It's good. It's good.
Yeah, like he said, there was one point in the fight where Batman, he's fighting, how do I put it without spoiling it? He's fighting some things that can't be really killed, all honesty. And when he's in the middle of this fight, and you realize, like, man, Batman's putting some hurt on these dudes. And like, oh my gosh, he actually broke somebody's neck. And then, like, it just goes and changes the whole scope of how these fights is going to be done. Like, everything that Batman stands for, his ideals and stuff like that, they have to get thrown out the window because of the enemy that he's really fighting. Like, they put a serious hurting on him. It's like bloody as mess. And Batman does not come out of this movie unscathed at all. Neither does Damian. Oh, no. Emotionally or physically. There was a serious dream sequence that happened that depicted who Damian can become if he was to inherit, like, really Bruce's legacy, his money, his power, and eventually the cape and cowl. And how they depict it, I know that there is a rendition of that Batman in the comic books, which is really cool, but how they depicted it and the impact of it and what Bruce does is one of the most serious scenes that I think I've seen since when Jason Todd got killed. Like, he really, it's really awesome. It's really good for animation and story point. But the Court of Owls, though, like, there are things you're gonna think you know about them that it's gonna just loop your mind. But I think the villain in the Talon is unlike anything they've ever faced before.
Oh, by far.
Like, ever.
This dude is like, he's on their caliber, like, fighting wise.
I mean, he might as well be one of them.
Exactly.
Because
not only that, but this dude kills people.
He has no resolve. He doesn't hold back for anything or anybody. And the only spoiler I'm gonna say is that, let's just say he has a tendency of a vampire from Vampire Diaries of pulling hearts out of people and letting you see it. Like, he's that seriously ruthless and that messed up, and he feels like everything that Batman's done or is doing is good, but it's so misguided that it's not doing anything. And the only real way of ending something is to get rid of the ends do not justify the means. And so, like, you can already tell that there's gonna be a clash between Batman and the Talon. But what we don't expect is Damian's involvement in it, and what the Court of Owls and what the Talon want for Damian is even crazier. And I know we're being really vague, but this movie, I think the impact of it is not knowing as much. It's going into it and, like, you're being surprised by, like, wow, I can't believe this is actually happening, or I can't believe that this locket or this side has significance later on in the movie. And all of it does. Everything that happens between Alfred, Nightwing, Robin, and Batman, like, it all goes to a full circle later on. And it's really awesome. I really enjoyed it. Like, I have to give it a 10 out of 10, in all honesty.
Definitely. I give it a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 as well. I mean, reason being, like, just really a broad overview of the movie. Definitely has a great plot, which, you know, was like a lot of, like, you know, versus movies you wouldn't expect. At least I didn't. Like, I was like, all right, Batman, you know what I'm saying, versus Damian, you know what I'm saying, Robin. I was like, okay, this will be a good action, but as far as plot, I don't know. Great plot, great action, great fighting, really good movie, 10 out of 10. Batman's voice, I freaking love his voice.
Yeah.
Like, Detroit was just crazy. Yeah, there's a lot of emotion in it, like a lot of anger, a lot of like resolve. It was really good. It was really good movie overall. And as you progress in watching it, I think it does a good job of getting better.
Yeah.
Like the more you watch it, you're like, oh dang, wow, oh snap, no, and it's just great.
Yeah. I mean, for me, being a Batman fan, I never would have ever felt like Robin would be cooler than Batman. But but Damian, in the way that he carries himself and how beast-like he is, he's one of the best characters I think that I've seen on the animated level. Like he's not a one-dimensional character. He's got so many different talents. And he's so much like his dad, but not. And he's all mixed up, but at the same time, he's trying to keep to an ideal. And like, he's an enjoyable character. And the guy, the young boy that like does the voice acting for it, he does an amazing job. He did a great job in the first one, but in this one, he does even better. And I loved it. Like, I love like how Robin is not just a pushover anymore. Like, you remember back in like the Super Friends and the old comics and even like animated series, like I mean we saw like Dick Grayson get upset with Batman, punch him or whatever and become Nightwing, but Damian as Robin can go head to head with Batman and not fail necessarily.
Go to head, man. Dude can go head to head with anybody.
That's the thing, dog.
He can go head to head with anybody, and that's the thing. I'm just like, he's only 10. The dude's only 10 and he's like going buck with like dudes in their 30s, man.
Yes. Yeah, I mean,
like, what?
But then I mean, this is the thing. You remember when back in Dragon Ball Z days, and you were looking at Gohan, like as a little kid, this dude had so much power, and we were, like then you got to the Cell Saga, and he just went buck, and I was like, man, how can this dude? He's gonna be the most powerful one. Then in GT, they kind of like downplayed him and messed that up. I know for a fact just how Damian is, that's impossible. Either he's gonna go to the light or he's gonna go to the dark. But whatever he's gonna go, like he's gonna be one of the most powerful characters out there.
Okay, yep. Sure thing.
So
Alright, so yeah. Let's wrap it up because we're just about to start geeking out over here. So yeah. Is that a wrap?
That's a wrap.
If
y'all enjoyed this early review of Batman vs. Robin, please definitely leave a like below. Thanks everybody for subscribing. I really appreciate all y'all. We're almost at like, I think 1,400 subscribers. It's really cool. I can't even believe it, honestly. And definitely, if y'all have any comments on it, if y'all seen it early like I have, or if y'all looking at it later on, definitely leave your comments below what y'all thought of it, and definitely go and buy it. I think it comes out April the 14th, next Tuesday, so I'm definitely getting that. But I think, Mortal Kombat 10 comes out next Tuesday.
Actually, promotion, I'm putting my store on this on the map. So Best Buy, you pre-order that joint, you get a $10 certificate.
True that.
So you guys go to your local Best Buys and pre-order that Mortal Kombat X.
Yeah. So we're out, and check us out next time because we're going to be having a review for Arrow or Flash next week when it comes back. Later, everybody.
The spoiler review is probably going to come out after the actual movie comes out.
Really?
Yeah, or are you trying to do...
Alright, I'm down. It's been solidified.
We can't do a spoiler review before the movie comes out. Like, that's just...